A fireplace without a mantle. Man, that just looks naked. But AI can solve that. This is me using AI to build a mantle. I'm just kidding. I'm going to do a full video showing you guys how I made these come to life. This customer moved into a new house in June, and they've been staring at these fireplaces with no mantle since then. And really, their one request was, we just want a mantle by Christmas time. After some back and forth, we wanted something that was traditional, but yet something big for these fireplaces, and decided to go with the box style. With the box style, I've done this before, but everybody thinks you should put it on a 45-degree angle. That is not true. You need to go a little deeper than a 45 degree. With a 44.7 degree angle, that allows the tips of the miters to touch, and it allows a 0.3 gap on the back side, which I'll show you later on. I'm going to fill up with glue. Right here I made a jig so that I could push this board through the table saw and not bind it up between the blade and the fence. This is a pretty safe way to do that, although it's not my preferred method. And this is a live view of me cutting a board the wrong way. So, yeah, stupid. Once all the pieces are mitered, then it's just a lot of nailing and assembling. Good thing about the rustic style is I don't have to worry about being too perfect. Since I left a little bit of the gap on the back side, I do come back behind myself and put glue in there just to make sure everything's held together. Here's a view of me using the miter saw instead of the table saw. Now, I did do 45 degrees because my miter saw will not lay over further into 44.7, but this is a view of me calibrating it. To make that stacked look, one of the boxes is a full box, while the lower piece is just half of a box that will be mounted to the top box. As you can see here, stack them together, and I'll use the Craig screws to attach the small one to the bigger one. The customer wanted this thing to be rustic, but not too rustic, so I proceeded to beat it with a nail set and a chisel. I will later sand it down to make it less dramatic, but this is kind of fun. I failed to mention this is built out of radiata pine, which is technically really flat, really smooth. But I take my sander here and I sand on the soft spots of the wood, creating a little bit of texture across the entire piece. This is probably the most important part of making this look distressed. For the stain, you really want to put it on there because you want it to get in all of those little bug holes and scratches that you put in there, because that's what's really going to make them stand out. My dad always said, second verse, same as the first. think right here is the first time you can really see the detail from where I sanded down on the soft parts of the wood. It really gives it an added texture here that is a little subtle, but in the end is real important. Using pocket screws and an angle attachment, go ahead and attach the lower piece to the upper piece. For the finish, I'm going to use the Minwax water-based spar, which is great for the outdoors. It's brush on. It's pretty easy. One important thing is I did do this on the back side of the mantles. It's very important to seal your entire piece, edges and everything. That keeps them from absorbing moisture and kind of reduces a lot of that movement they're going to get over time. I've gotten this install down to an absolute science. I prep as much as I can in the shop before I get there. I had the customer approve the height, and from there I just mark center. I already had my board prepped and ready to go, marked center, holes drilled. I drill my first hole in the center, I do a pilot hole, and then I put in the sheath. I go ahead, drill it in, get it level. I'll put a pilot hole on my other two holes, loosen the screw, kind of cock the board to the side, put my sheaths in, and that board is ready to be attached. And as you can see here, my son does not like loud noises. My goal on installs is to get in and out as quickly as possible, especially when you're in someone else's home on a weekday. So these next boards already had the lags pre-drilled, ready to go. I zip those in. And then it's time to put the mantle up. Very easy. A couple screws in the top to hold it up, and it's on to the next one. At this point, the customer actually went into the woods to go hunting, and I was left to myself. And man, what a view. This right here was enjoyable. It was a nice winter day, and I got to do this on this porch. Such a blessing. I'm so glad I got these in by Christmas. That's the only request that the customer had. I'm so blessed that I was able to do this. Fairly easy project for me, but I will say I've spent the last 10 years developing my craft so that something like this is easy for me. Overall, I'm pretty happy with these mantles. I think they turned out really good. It changed the look of both these fireplaces. And I think this is something that even somebody starting out could do. I might not have went through every step, but let me know what questions you have. And as always, please like, subscribe, and comment.